Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. This is my review for Loki Season 2, Episode 4. So this video will contain spoilers for Episode 4 of Loki Season 2, so if you have not seen the episode, go watch it and then come back. So yeah, let's just get into it. So, if you've been watching my previous reviews, you'll know that I'm really enjoying the show. I thought Episodes 1 and 2 and 3 were all very, very good, and I'm enjoying where it's going, right? And that's pretty much it. I haven't had a lot of major criticisms, other than some of the plot points have been a little bit confusing to me. But I suppose that's always sort of a thing that's going to happen when your show or movie is about time travel and different universes and different versions of the same person. It's going to get a little bit confusing no matter how you write it, I feel. Or at least that's been in my experience. But yeah, so episode 4 is titled The Heart of the TVA. And wow, does this episode deliver. This was a really, really great episode. I really enjoyed it. I am a day late because I was unable to watch the episode the day it came out, so I apologize for that. But some really, really, really great stuff this episode. And wow, that ending was just insane. It was, this is what Disney Plus shows are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be like, just, I keep looking back to Secret Invasion, where I'm like, what even was that? It didn't feel like it had ramifications. It didn't feel like it was serious. It just felt like a parody of itself. It just felt like it was made for the sake of being made. It didn't have a reason to exist. It just existed. While this feels like genuinely quality TV, even if it doesn't connect to everything else. I mean, that'll be a shame if it doesn't, because obviously the subject matter is very much connecting to a lot of things. But even if it doesn't, it's still a great self-contained story within the realm of time travel and things like that. But yeah, some really, really great stuff this episode. So I'm just going to start off talking about Loki and things like that before I get into, the big thing that happened this episode. But yeah, we got some really great stuff with Loki and Sylvie and Mobius this episode. There was one conversation in like the automat with the pie room with Loki and Sylvie where, it's basically about Sylvie and how she had, she couldn't kill Victor timely because, she saw he was scared, and that she could kill He Who Remains because he didn't seem scared, and it sort of felt right, her human emotion didn't come into play when killing him, but it did come into play when trying to kill Victor timely. And it's basically about free will, and Sylvie even says to Loki, "We're playing gods," and he responds with, "We are gods," which is a very, very cool line, by the way, for him to say. But yeah, it basically speaks to how Sylvie sees each timeline as like a mass genocide, which it basically is, and wanting to preserve all of them, and she sees the life lost in every timeline. But then Loki says, if this isn't, or not, he doesn't outright say what he means. If this isn't done, everything crumbles and then everyone dies. But I see the thing I'm stuck on is this is all kind of Sylvie's fault for killing He Who Remains, right? Like that she is the reason that all these timelines are branching. But anyway, and I haven't really seen her take much accountability for that. I mean, I like Sylvie, but I'd like to see some of that maybe in next episode. But yeah, but let's just talk about the major thing that happened this episode, which is Victor Timely and that fucking crazy scene at the end where he is just instantly spaghettified and just killed instantly. I mean, they hint at it throughout the episode where they say, like, someone just says a throwaway line like, "Oh, I'm worried about all this radiation," and someone else says, "He'll be fine, it's fine." But those throwaway lines, typically in shows and movies, those throwaway lines are used, but then they are just thrown away like that. "Oh, the radiation's fine, he'll be fine." But to subvert our expectations like that was so brave of them, and just so much more engaging to watch as a viewer. Like, honestly, thank God they did that, because I'm getting bored. I will not this show, but other shows. I'm getting bored with the plots and things being so predictable and being so like cookie cutter. With it's, he does something brave, he's hyping himself up, and then he goes and he does it and he saves everyone. No, he goes to save everyone and he gets immediately, disintegrated or spaghettified or whatever. That was just crazy. And I gotta say, I felt really bad for Victor Timely by the end of this, or especially when that happened, because he just had a really wholesome moment with like the hot chocolate and with the other security guard, or the TVA Minutemen or whatever, before he gets pruned, which I don't think he's dead, because pruning is the end of, he gets sent to the end of time. But he has that moment with the hot chocolate machine, and it's a very sweet moment. I thought it was a bit strange when it was happening. I was like, this feels a little bit out of place. But on its surface, it's a bit, it's very, you know, innocent, I guess. And it definitely made me feel bad for him, because he is kind of an innocent soul, especially when he was, or innocent soul, I shouldn't say that, but especially when he was, you know, geeking out with Ouroboros about the TVA handbook, and then which one of them wrote it, because OB wrote it based on his work, but then he added to it based on OB's work. It's confusing. That's what I mean when I say it's confusing. But also, it's a very good reference to OB's name, Ouroboros, which is a snake eating its own tail. Things going around and around in a circle. But yeah, so that was insane. I have no clue what's going to happen next episode. I really, really don't. But I really hope we get to see more of the timelines with like B15 and with Mobius, like their life on the timeline, because I know it was hinted at last season. B15 said she was happy on the timeline. I really would like to see that, especially with Mobius, but with B15 as well. But yeah, that moment, there's also another moment where Ravonna and Ms. Minutes kill all of those rebellious Minutemen who tried to bomb all the timelines, which for a Disney Plus show, they didn't show it, but oh my god, is it hinted at being extremely gory. When B15 walked out, the actress who plays B15, I'm forgetting her name, but she did such a great job of portraying, without showing what happened, portraying the horrors of it, and the sound effects team, everything was great. Even the music in that scene was awesome. So that was really, really crazy. I can't believe Ravonna actually did that. Like, I like Ravonna as a character, but this season she's kind of like really questionable. But yeah, we also learned the secret is that Ravonna used to be like I guess partners with He Remains, and he wipes their memories in order to keep himself in power. And I guess we all guessed that, right? Everybody thought that was what it was going to be, but to have it actually be shown is quite satisfying. So I hope that she gets some. I hope He Who Returns comes back, you know, because I hope she gets to, not revenge, but hopes to get clarity on the situation as to why he did that exactly, especially when they seem to have like a romantic interest. But yeah, this episode was really, really good. Also, speaking of OB, the snake eating itself with the tail, Loki is the one who pruned himself. We all guessed that, by the way. We all guessed that. But it was a very cool moment. But yeah, very excited for the next 2 episodes. It's going to be crazy. I'm very, very excited to see where this leads. That's it for my review for Loki Season 2, Episode 4. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.